Hi everyone, welcome to Sitsipandknit. My name is Marie and I'm coming to you from just north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I know it's been quite a few months since I put out a podcast, but I am back and happy to be back and hope that you find something here, some kind of inspiration, or can share some ideas with me. That's always fun. About anything to do with yarn. My main projects will be knitted, but I do some crochet, and I am going to take on a cross-stitch project this summer, but I'll talk to you about that in just a little bit. So welcome back to anybody that has followed me in the past, and welcome to anybody that is new. I hope you find something that you like. I hope you will like and subscribe. And I hope to put out a podcast once a month to share all the yarn goodness. So let's get started. I hope you grab something to drink, even though it is about 89 degrees here in Pennsylvania. I am drinking my coffee in my cute little Wacky Woolies mug here. But I've been drinking a lot of iced tea. The weather's been wonderful, actually. I've been off work for a couple weeks, so I've had a lot of time to do some knitting, start some new projects. If you know me, you know that I like to work on a lot of projects. Grab one, put it down, grab another. So it doesn't seem like I get as many things finished, but I sure have a lot of things started. So I want to share them with you. All right, the first thing I guess I'll talk about is what I'm wearing here. Now, actually I would talk about it, but I couldn't find my little notebook with the pattern in it, so I figured I'm wearing it today. It's a nice linen shirt here with some eyelet detail here. It fits just perfectly. I will put everything that I talk about in the description box below, and I'll link to the pattern and the designer. And I'll let you know the yarn that I use. Actually, for this, I have the yarn here. But this was a fun, easy, quick knit, wonderful for the warmer weather. But anyway, like I said, I will put the information about what I'm wearing below. I do know that the yarn is, this is the yarn here, because I did buy some more. I bought this, it's Zooey. The yarn is Zooey. It's a soft cotton linen blend. Wow, this is looking really purple on screen. It's not that bright in person. I'm getting a lot of natural light coming in, so it is kind of blowing it out, but it is a beautiful yarn. It is by, let's see, Juniper Moon Farm. And like I said, I picked this up. I know I picked this yarn up last year when we were down in Florida at a yarn shop down there near Fort Lauderdale. And I loved it so much that when we went down in April, I picked up some more. But it's a beautiful yarn to use for all your summer projects. And I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use this one for, but believe me, I'll find something. All right, so that is that. I do have quite a number of finished objects. So I'm going to actually start, I think it was at Christmas time, the last time I podcast, so it has been a while. But anyway, the main thing I was working on from Christmas was a blanket that by Helen Stewart, the Habitation-throw. I had gotten an advent calendar from Yarn Unique, and I'll link them below. But it was a beautiful 24 mini skein, 20 grams each, I believe, mystery, you know, colorways. I did get the sparkle colorway, as you'll see in a moment, but I decided that I was going to do this blanket, and I was pretty faithful with that. I worked every day, tried to anyway, to get this blanket done, so I didn't get too much else done, but let me show you here. So this is like I said, the Habitation-throw by Helen Stewart. I have made this in the past. If you have watched me before, you'll know that I did finish another one of these. It is a wonderful project for your bits and pieces, scrap yarns, whatever. That's what I did the last time. This time, like I said, I took that yarn advent, and each day, well, I try to each day, but I'd open up the little package, didn't know what was coming next, and made this beautiful, sparkly rainbow blanket. Let me show you. Look at this. When it started off, I opened up the first day, the first couple days, it started with this green, and this green is definitely not something I would normally pick, and I thought, oh no, what I get myself into. But each day you can see it's a corner-to-corner blanket, but it goes into these beautiful aquas, beautiful blues, lighter blues, darker blues, deep blues, purples, and the end is the this beautiful, beautiful rose pink purple color. And it is a wonderful size blanket. You can see here, nice, and you can see the sparkle in it. Can you see that? This is the most beautiful thing. I love color. This is color. You can't get more colorful than this. I don't know if I'd wear something this colorful, but for this blanket, everybody that has seen this blanket loves it. I don't care who, my daughter who likes beiges and browns and tans, she doesn't wear color at all. Oh my goodness, she loves this blanket. So I haven't let go of it yet. I've actually been using it. But anyway, that's what I did through the first part of the year. I worked on this blanket. What I did, I said you got 24 minis in the advent calendar. I used 12 of them, not quite 12 because I didn't want to run out, but I used maybe 11.5 skeins to the widest point. It's corner to corner, so I started day 1 up to day 12, 11, 12, and then I decreased with the other half of the other 12 of the advent calendar, and it came out just perfect. I did have one skein left, one little 20 gram mini left. Like I said, I just wanted to be sure I didn't run out before I got to the end, so that's how I did it, and it's just perfect. Aren't those colors? It's just amazing. Anyway, so that's my Habitation-throw, something that I worked on the first part of the year. All right, let's see. I think the next thing I'm going to show you is that I finished. I finished the Woodland Walk socks. This is a wonderful pattern by Olivia Villarreal, I believe it is. That's the picture there. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's her name. I'll put the information below. But they are the Woodland Walk socks. And you can see the pattern's well used. I spilled my coffee on it. But anyway, I did get those finished. Let me show you. Here is the Woodland Walk socks. Is that just beautiful or what? And I have been wearing them. They were blocked, but, and this color was just a random skein I had in my stash. I am trying to use stash yarn. I swear that that's what I'm going to try to do through the rest of the year, because you know how big some of those stashes can get. But anyway, so anyway, I'm not even sure what this yarn is, but I just loved it. And of course, I don't know if you can see, it does have a little bit of gold sparkle in it. But there's one. I do have the other one right here, and that is finished too. The pattern is on the side of each sock. So I know I don't know if it was this pattern or not, but I did a pattern before where I didn't realize or wasn't thinking, and I did the patterning on the same sides. So I had a pair, you know, whatever. So I had to be careful that I had socks where the pattern would be on opposite sides. You know, does that make sense? But anyway, I love this pattern. Really, once I got the hang of it, it's a beautiful pattern. Okay, so that's the Woodland Walk socks. All right, and then I am going to show you, I did also finish another pair of socks, the Beachcomber Socks. Now, these socks, the Beachcomber Socks, let me show you here. There they are there. And this is by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. I don't know if you follow their podcast, but I am a Patreon of the Bakery Bears. I just love that show. It comes out twice every 2 weeks, I believe. They have some kind of content out there, and if you are a Patreon, you do get some extra things. But she's having a summer stitch, summer of stitching, and this was one pattern. It was a free pattern. I don't know if it was for everyone or just her Patreons, but she has tutorials out there how to do the socks. Very, very informative. It's a very informative podcast. Not only, it's so interesting because it's it's a husband and wife, and he knits. She taught him to knit, and he is more or less a beginner, but he does wonderful things too. But anyway, she does patterns. She's a pattern designer, and she puts out tutorials on dyeing yarn, and so much more. Recipes. There's so much content there, so that's something that you might want to check out. It's called the Bakery Bears, and it is mainly knitting, but Dan was a history teacher, I believe, and he does a lot of interesting what I want to say, tutorials about history they're in England. They're over in England, so very interesting. But anyway, so the Beachcomber Socks, and here is a finished one. We did it in a beachy theme, and I had this yarn. This yarn is actually, let me see, it's a yarn subscription yarn. I can't find it here. Yarnable. It's Yarnable yarns. I think this was the April colorway. I subscribe to Yarnable, and it is a nice subscription service for yarn. I get one skein once a month, along with other little goodies. But anyway, so this was the Yarnable yarn. I also have the Yarnable. Here's the label here. I know it is backwards, but I will link that also in the notes so you can take a look at that. That nice subscription service too, if that's something that you might want to check out. But anyway, so I finished those. I do have two of them. They haven't been blocked. I just finished them last night. beautiful, beautiful pattern on the front top of the sock. I like those kind. I like it with the plain in the back and the pattern in the front. Heel flap and gusset. A cottage toe. This is Kay's toe. She calls the cottage toe. Anyway, very nice pattern and fun. In fact, I want to start another pair right away while I have the pattern in my head. So I will probably be casting on another pair. But those are the Beachcomber socks. All right, let's see what else I have here. Oh, I know, hanging on the back here, take that down. I just got to show this. This was, along with the Habitation-throw that I worked on, I also found out that my niece is pregnant. She's due in September, and she's having a little girl. So, of course, I have to do some knitting now. So I worked on a simple blanket, but it just turned out so beautiful. I have to show you here. Her favorite color is purple. And like I said, she's having a little girl. So, get this. This yarn is amazing. You see the little seed stitch border there? Quick, easy stocking net. You let the yarn do the work, and the yarn has the patterning in it. Can you see that? It is just, and it came out to be a nice size baby blanket. Beautiful. But, oh boy, I will link the yarn below, because I think I showed before I was working on a larger size Afghan with quick, easy yarn. Same, this is the fine yarn, but they do the same brand, has the thicker, real thick, bulky weight. I think it's bulky weight yarn to make a bigger, like an Afghan. And you can't get easier than this. When you want something mindless, but come out beautiful, hey, you can't beat it. So that is the baby blanket for my niece. And now I need to work on some little sweaters and things for her, but that'll be next after everything else, right? Okay, so that is finished. The other thing, I'm going to call it a finished object. It's missing a button. I just finished this maybe last week. I think I said I've been off work for 2 weeks. I had some surgery, so hernia surgery, so I'm kind of bound up here. I didn't want to stand really to show my stomach, but I'm still I'm doing great. But anyway, while I was off, I finished this sweater, except for the button, because I haven't gotten out yet to get a button. I like to go and look instead of trying to order online a button. Let me find the pattern. Here's the pattern here. And you may have seen this if you follow any type of podcasts. I'm going to grab a drink here before my coffee gets cold. If you follow any podcast, you have probably seen this sweater knit up by a lot of people. It is the Corran Cardigan, and it's by the Crayabea. Let me show you here. There it is right there. Okay, so I wanted something when I go to work and it's warm. You don't know whether it's going to be warm or cold or hot or what. So in the summer, I wear some sleeveless tops, but I like to also be covered up, or something that I can take on and off. So I wanted this more as a, just like a topper instead of a sweater. Oh my goodness. It's red, but it's not as bright as that. This light is really blowing this out. But anyway, I did want red because I wear a lot of, I thought it would go nice with black and white or navy. I have a navy, 2 navy dresses that I can wear, and I thought this would be nice. But anyway, so this is the Corran Cardigan. Let me stand up and show you here. I made it so that I just put on one buttonhole, and I'm just going to use it, the top button, like that. I know I should have. You know what? When I get a button, I will show it on the next podcast. But can you see that stitch there? This pattern was so fun to do, so quick to do. See that? It has a nice, nice ribbing on the bottom. The sleeves, I made it just with the short sleeves. There are long sleeves in there. This pattern, this is the rounded neck version. Like I said, I just wanted it maybe buttoned at the neck, but you can do buttonholes all the way down. Like I said, this is the rounded neck, but it does have the option to do a V-neck too. And I did it in a, let me see. This is actually an acrylic yarn. It's what I had in my stash, but it is very, it's very soft, and it is washable, wash and wear, like I said, to take to work, throw on, throw off in the evening, throw on. But anyway, so that's the Corran Cardigan. You can see the buttonhole here. I just love this sweater, and I love this pattern. And once you get the hang of the patterning, it's really easy. I'm trying to think. I did a size 2 in this, but this yarn is really forgiving. I could have, if I did this again, I would go up a size and maybe so that it would button like a sweater. But anyway, this is exactly what I wanted, what I was looking for. I did make it a little bit longer than the pattern. I think it's, yeah, it's pretty cropped in the pattern, but then again, you know, I love when it's top down, so you can, you know, adjust the length to whatever you like. Anyway, so that is that, my bright red sweater. It's really not that bright, but it's, I think it'll be perfect for this summer. All right, so that was the Corran Cardigan. Okay, the next thing, let me see what else I have here. I had bits and pieces, things I made, hats and things through the winter, but oh well. It's been so long, like I said, since I podcast. I had bits and pieces of things, so oh, here we go. Let me show you this. So for Memorial, we had Memorial Day here in the U.S., and for that, if you've followed me, you know that I've done little coasters for the ladies at my work for each holiday or season. The last ones I did, I think, were like little Easter egg coasters. They were crocheted. I usually crochet all the coasters. I don't know why, but that's what I do. And so anyway, with Memorial Day and 4th of July coming up for summer, I decided I wanted to make some red, white, and blue stars. So these are what I made. Look how cute these are. Anyway, so those are just little star coasters. I only have 3 of them left for me. I made, and I had, what else did I make? Did I make, I think I made white, reversed all the colors, but anyway. So I have 3 left for me that you can see I didn't even weave in the ends because I was making them so quick. I think I made about 12 of them to take to work, and then figured I needed a couple for myself. So anyway, these are the quick little crochet projects I love to do. So the next, I'm trying to think of something else for summer. I've been looking out there for, I don't know, what you could do for summer. I did a flower for spring, an Easter egg, the stars. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go out there and look if there's something else that I can do. And then for fall, I do the leaves, that type of thing. So anyway, I will link this pattern. Actually, I took pieces of a couple patterns and kind of did it myself, because the one pattern wasn't working out quite like I wanted, and these haven't been blocked. But, so I kind of just did my own thing. But anyway, I'll link a couple of the patterns below that you can take a look at and see what you think. But, all right, so that's actually that's my only crochet project I have right now. So that's those little coasters. All right, so being laid up a couple weeks, I picked up a couple little things to do. There's one thing that, let me show you this pattern here. This is called the Drachenfels Shawl Scarf. Let me get a good picture here. When I print patterns, I usually don't print the first page, but I happen to. Okay, this is by Melanie Berg. It's called Drachenfels. You can see that there. Isn't that beautiful? I had done one of these a long time ago in like navy and gray and a lighter blue. And my grandson, he's 19 now, but I think it was over Christmas, he came and I was showing people my scarves and things, and actually asking my family if there's anything they wanted. I was giving them away because, you know, that gives me an excuse to make more. So, but anyway, my grandson wanted to know if he could have that blue and gray one, navy and gray one. Of course I gave it to him. But anyway, and let me tell you, it was one of my grandma's favorites. It was one of my favorite shawls. Warm. I think I did it in brown sheep yarn. I think this is a sport weight pattern, if I'm not mistaken, maybe. Here's a bigger version of the fuller version of it. You can see it's striped. It's just beautiful. It uses 3 colors. So I thought, you know what? I was happy to give away my favorite shawl to my grandson, but I wanted to make another one. So I did. I went up, like I said, I'm trying to use my stash. I have a lot of stash. We won't talk about that. But anyway, in my stash, I had, I don't have much sport weight, to be honest, but I did have some DK. And I have Universal Yarns Uptown DK. It is an acrylic yarn, but it's washable, dryable. So anyway, and I found colors that are me. So let me show you. This is the yarn, Universal Yarns. It's looking more pink in here, but it is like a rose, more of a dusty rose color. So let me show you what I have started. And this was working up pretty quick. And then it started getting hot. So I put it back down. But anyway, this is what I have started here. Can you see that? Look how beautiful. It goes from tip, gets wider, and you know what? I can't even remember if it goes back down or you just go out to the widest point. But anyway, I'm on the middle striping here, This is, I have the gray and the pink. You can see a theme here with the pink, I guess, right? But anyway, pink was never my color, but this is more like a rose. Anyway, so look at that. Just with some slip stitches, easy to do, beautiful. So that's the first two colors. I'll be striping for a little bit with these two colors, and then you add in a third color, and this is the color I picked to go in. It will actually be with the gray. So the other end of this shawl will be mainly these two colors. So I think that'll come out just beautiful. What do you think? I did kind of do my own thing on the ends. I didn't like how it was working up towards the end when you finish the row. So I actually stopped short and did all the edging in the gray. And I think that it came out pretty good. I still got all my ends there. There we go. See how I stopped there and there. But anyway, so that's the Drachenfels, and this will be lovely for winter. So I'm happy that I'll have another one of these shawls again. All right. So that's one thing I'm working on. What else am I working on? I'm working on bits and pieces of everything. I did start another pair of socks. Let me pull off one of these here and put this one on. I started this pair of socks, and I like the pattern a lot. I like the yarn also, but it is a bit, it's thick. It's a thicker weight fingering. Is that what I want to say? Anyway, it's beautiful though, isn't it? This is Ancient Arts yarn, Socknado yarn, and it is, it's a very sturdy yarn. It's soft, but it is, I don't know if it's the yarn and the pattern that makes it a little thicker than I like. But anyway, let me show you the pattern here. So I have one done and this much left to, I'll be starting the next sock. But let me see what that pattern is. I have it here. I do, like I said, I do like the Ancient Art Socknado yarn, but it does tend to run a little thick. These are the Mercury Socks. Let's see there. Mercury Socks by Kim Mackenzie. It says, by Kim Mackenzie, Matilda Wormwood on Ravelry. I must have just got them from Ravelry. I'm not sure. But I like the pattern. It was easy to do. Very nice. Maybe next time, if I did this pattern again, I might only do the patterning on the front. Maybe that's what I'm not liking. It's really thick around here. But anyway, there is that. The Mercury Socks. All right, the next thing I got on board with, I don't know if you follow Pearl Soho or not, but they do have a knit-along going on right now. It started June 1st for what they call the Dumpling Bag. Let me show you a picture of the Dumpling Bag. And it is a free pattern, so I'm not giving you anything you shouldn't see. But can you see that cute little bag there? Anyway, you put the one strap inside the other strap and carry it like that, which I love because I like to walk and knit too. So I have another one of these little bags that I keep on my wrist while I'm walking and knitting, or very easy to take along with wherever you go. Anyway, so this is the Dumpling Bag. and by Pearl Soho. Like I said, it is a free pattern. This is using Pearl Soho's Blackbird linen. It's 100% linen. They did give you, if you joined the knit along, they gave you, I think it was 20% off if you bought the yarn from them. So I decided to go ahead and do that. Linen yarn, like I said, this is cotton and linen, and it was a little hard to get used to at first because I never really cotton yarn unless I'm doing a dishcloth. Here's one here I finished actually. Isn't that cute? But anyway, I told you I have bits and pieces everywhere. Sorry. You know what? I just thought I'm going to do a podcast and get it done. So I'm sorry if it's all over the place, but I know it's been a long time. So anyway, linen yarn I wasn't really, never really used until I got this yarn here, the Zooey by Juniper Moon Farms. And it was a little rough at first to work with, but like I said, this is cotton and linen, so it's not as stiff as 100% linen. They tell me it does soften as you wash it. And I washed and blocked this once, and it's already softened up a bit. But it's wonderful. It's certainly not scratchy like you would think it would be. You saw I bought more of it, so I do like it. Anyway, cotton, I know there's a lot of cottons out there, and cottons are really soft, but I find them to be really heavy if you use them for garments. Like I said, for washcloths or whatever, they're wonderful. So I was looking for, anyway, like I said, that's why I ended up with this, cotton and linen, and I love it. But this little dumpling bag, let me get back to where I should have been in the first place. Let me take a sip of coffee. All right. We're talking about Pearl Soho, the knit along with the dumpling bag. And I think you could probably still get in on that. Anyway, like I said, 20% off of the yarn if you signed up for that knit along. And this is what I have so far. Anyway, I mean, the yarn is, where's the little ball here? It ran away on me. The yarn, I love this color. Of course it is, you know, stiffer, but it'll be for the little bag, so it'll be just perfect. Anyway, you start with a provisional cast on. You can see mine here in this crazy rainbow yarn there. But anyway, a provisional cast on at the bottom, working in the round, and then you'll end up seaming this or grafting this together at the end. And right now I'm just working on one strap. You can see the nice edging there that it has. I guess one strap here, I have stitches on hold and bound off some stitches, and I'm sure it'll end up being a bag somehow. But anyway, it went by really quick. I did this in 3 days, just porch knitting. Then again, I wasn't working, so I did have a lot of time, which was absolutely wonderful. But anyway, so I expect to have this little dumpling bag done, and I'll be able to show you that next time on the next podcast. And it's a little hard to work with this. I know I can't knit as fast with it because, I don't know. Some people say it's hard on their hands. I didn't find that. It's just, I have to concentrate more. It's not as flexible, if that makes any sense. Anyway, but I'm enjoying it, and it's going really really quick. So I can't wait to have that little bag done. All right, so like I said, that was, I think it's called the Dumpling Bag. I don't even see it here, but anyway, it's a free pattern, Pearl Soho. All right, that's just a couple things I'm working on. Like I said, I just decided I'm gonna try to throw something together just to say hello to everybody, let you know I've missed podcasting. I miss my get-togethers. I usually have ladies at the house. I haven't for a little while now, but hopefully in the fall I will be retiring from work and have more time to sit, sip, and knit with my favorite ladies and gentlemen, but we don't have any gentlemen in our group, but you never know. Anyway, yeah, I'm hoping that will happen. And speaking of that, retiring actually, and what I'm going to do, my husband's wondering, what are you going to do when you retire? Like, he knows I'll be knitting, but anyway, what else are you going to be doing? There is a yarn shop that just switched owners. Actually, one went out of business. She retired, I believe. Not too far from me, probably 30 minutes from me, in a beautiful little village called Harmony, Pennsylvania, outside of Zillionople. If anybody's local, I know I have a lot of my local ladies. Anyway, the one shop went out of business, and a nice lady, Jamie, took over. And let me, I don't even have, I'll put all her information below, but she just opened, like a soft opening, at the same location that the other shop was in. And I drove out there the first time I was able to drive in 2 weeks, on Friday, and thought, I need to get out of the house and just take a little drive. So I went out there, and the other shop, I hadn't been in very I think only twice I was there. But I walked in, and her family was there for the opening. I mean, it was really sweet. Like I said, her name is Jamie. Her and her husband opened this shop. And she has more to come because she had a soft opening. It's called Chicken Knitz. It's really cute. Anyway, in a cute little quaint town. So I don't, like I said, if you're local, something you might want to check out. But anyway, she will be actually changing into a new location, not far from where she is now, but a new building, brand new building, I believe. And so that, I think, is the end of August. She's hoping to open that new shop then. So my wheels were turning, thinking, wonder if she needs any help. I'm always willing to help out, and I really want to see her succeed, which I hope that you do frequent your local yarn shops and support them. But anyway, Chicken Knitz, I will be, I told her that I would volunteer and do a knitting class there. I'll be doing some sock knitting. So we're working that out. But anyway, she just opened, so she has so much on her plate. I know. But anyway, just something to put in her head. And I'm thinking, I will be hopefully retiring in the fall, and might be able to do a little more. Not only will I hope to be teaching the sock class there, but I am also, and I have been, teaching at our local community college, which is something I love to do. Anybody that knows me knows I love to teach. What better thing to teach people than our knitting craft, right? I do crochet also. I crocheted before I even knit, but knitting now is mainly my passion, and I love to teach it. So we'll be keeping busy doing those type of things. Anyway, and on that note also, I always said I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I just want to knit. I guess that's all I want to do. I want to play with yarn. But anyway, I tried my hand while I was recuperating these last 2 weeks, being bored, I guess. Couldn't do much, can't lift, can't do whatever, can't do any kind of exercising. So what did I do? I dyed some yarn. I tried my hand at dyeing yarn. And now I think I'm hooked. So that might be something I'm doing once I retire. Not on a big scale, not on a grand scale. There's no way I know anything about, I don't know much about dyeing, but I was tickled to death about my first dyeing project. I actually did 2. I did the first colorway I did. Like I said, I was talking earlier about the Bakery Bears, Kay Jones. She has tutorials out there for dyeing yarn, and it's called My Favorite Colorways. And there are so many, and I have watched a couple other tutorials as to dyeing yarn. So anyway, I went ahead and ordered some supplies and dyed some yarn. I have to show you my first project of yarn. I am so tickled pink about it. Look at this. Now it's showing brighter than it really, well, it is pretty bright. But anyway, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? It's just, can you see the oranges in there and the purples, and it's just amazing. I'm amazed at myself, sorry. Anyway, so I dyed this, and then I dyed some mini skeins, like sock sets. Look at this. How can you not love that? I wanted fall colors, and I'm just tickled pink or orange or whatever. You can't, it's not really showing up as, it's showing up a little brighter than it really is. But anyway, I did 2 skeins, dyed up 2 skeins of these, and they came out beautifully. And then I dyed 5 of these minis, because I had 5 of them. You can see, and they have a little bit of sparkle in them. Of course I ordered sparkle yarn. Why wouldn't I? And when these came out so nice, I said, oh my goodness. So I dyed 2 more skeins. And they actually, I don't know. I wrote down the recipe. So didn't know if I could duplicate it. Didn't even know if I could do it again. But it actually worked out. So anyway, might be something that I do. Would anybody be interested in a sock set for fall? I think I'm going to call it Autumn Sunset. So, like I said, it's coming out. It's really coming out a little bit brighter than it is in person. But anyway, something I may be doing in the future. I had a lot of fun. And being summer, being able to put it outside to dry was just wonderful. So I certainly am not going to do big scale dyeing, but just playing with yarn. Isn't that what we love to do, right? Okay, if anybody has any tips or tricks or any suggestions on, or give me any insight to dyeing or what to try, I'm open to it. So that's another thing. All right, so that's a lot. Wait, I actually have one. Okay, I said I was trying to not buy more yarn, right? But when I went to Chicken Knits, I had to buy some mohair, so I actually bought 3 skeins of this beautiful mohair. I said before that I didn't like mohair. Well, how quick things change, right? I don't even know what I'm going to do with it, but I had to have it. I thought putting it in hats or working it up like that would be warm and cozy. So I guess I'm getting on the mohair train. So anyway, so I did buy that. The other thing I did order, Legacy Fiber Arts. They are a mother-daughter podcast. They sell their dyed yarn. They're indie dyers, and they were having a sale, and I think they're moving to a different location or something. So anyway, how could you not get in on a good yarn sale, right? So I saw this colorway and I had to have it. Let me show you. So this is Legacy Fiber Arts. Anyway, look, oh my goodness. I guess it's the pink. I never owned anything pink. But these colors, maybe it was that rainbow blanket that did it. I don't know. That made me want color in my life. But look how beautiful those colors are. And this is that slub yarn. And I don't even know why. I love this slub yarn. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I only got 2 skeins. I tried to get a 3rd, but wasn't able. Like I said, it was a sale. So I got what I got. This colorway is, let me just tell you, it's Slub-a-Dub. It is a 90-10 superwash merino nylon, 437 yards, and it's called Love Boat. Love Boat. Anyway, isn't it so pretty? And I just love the slubs. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. If you have any suggestions, I've been looking. Things I've looked, patterns I've looked for to use this call for, I would need another skein. So maybe I can get a solid of some other slub or something and do I don't know what I want to do with it. I wanted to make a summer top, but I don't have enough for that. So if you have any suggestions, I'm really open to some suggestions. Anyway, so that was an acquisition that, like I said, I'm going to try to not buy any more yarn, although I did order already another yarn advent from Yarn Unique. And forgive me, but I think they are in England, I believe. But the yarn was so beautiful. It came boxed beautifully. And anyway, I did do that already. So I'll have a little surprise at Christmas time. But other than that, I'm trying to use up my stash. And I know out there is a lot of, there are a lot of knit-alongs that use your stash kind of thing. So I'll be looking for those. Well, this went a little longer than I thought. I hope it wasn't too all over the place. Like I said, I couldn't find my notebook with my little notes in it. I just have a mess here. But I've been relaxing for 2 weeks, not doing much. And as per the doctor, we'll say that's why, right? But anyway, so all I've been doing is knitting and dyeing yarn. But anyway, I hope to be back with you next month. It's probably by the end of June. I hope to have another podcast for you. So, like I said, I hope that you will like and subscribe and find something that inspired you with this podcast. That's my main objective here, and to share and interact with some wonderful people. I think that's all I have for today. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon. Happy knitting.